Hi, in this lecture we will go through the various Salesforce features and options which can be used to configure record access, field data access and security. So which features and option we are talking about? Record and field data access is impacted by profiles and object level access, organization-wide defaults, role hierarchy, record sharing, field level security, page layout field settings, and when you use Apex program to manage record sharing. Record access is set up in 4 ways, more restrictive to less restrictive. Record access in Salesforce is based on a concept of opening up record access from more restrictive to less restrictive. So level 1 is object level, it's more restrictive. In this level, profile object permission determines the access to record owned by the user. Level 2 is organization-wide settings. Organization-wide default settings determines the access to record which user doesn't own. Then sharing rules. Sharing rules expands access for groups of users even further. Fourth is manual sharing. With manual sharing, user can manually share records with other users. Now let's see how profile and object level access impacts the record access. Object level security is given to profile level, and you can set this through manage users and profile section. You can see in the profile section there is a section for standard object permission. Let's see in our Salesforce org how we can set up, how we can edit these settings. To set up the profile and object level access, go to setup. In manage users, click on profiles. Here you will see various profiles available in your org. So let's go through any one of the profile and edit it. Let's select this edit extended user. Now you can see the various sections: custom ad settings, tab settings. Then you have standard object permissions. So here you can see there are objects, all the standard objects, and what this profile, the users in this profile can do, like read, edit, create, edit, delete, view all, or modify all. So read access is, if you have a read access, then users can only view record of this type. With create, users can read and create records. With edit, users can read and update records. With delete, users can read, edit and delete records. With view all, users can view all the records associated with that with this object. And modify all, users can read, edit, delete, transfer and approve all record associated with this object. If you scroll, you will see there is a tab settings as well, and the values for tab are like default on, you can set default off, or tab hidden. So default on, if it is set up for default on that object, the tab for the object will be in the navigation bar if it is a part of app selected. Default off, it is available for the user to add by customizing tabs. So user will not able to see, but he can change the settings and can see. Now if you go to manage users, profiles and edit standard user, you can add, you cannot edit these standard object permissions. If you want to edit these read, create or these access, you will have to clone this profile, and then you can make the changes, and then you can assign those profile to your users. Organization-wide defaults. Organization-wide defaults defines the default record label sharing for objects. All profile get at least the privileges defined in organization-wide. So organization-wide defaults determines access to other users' data record they do not own. Organization-wide setting do not grant more access than the object access granted in the user's profile. Organization-wide sharing setting are the set for each object in security control sharing settings. So Let's see how we can set up the organization-wide defaults. If you go to setup and then security controls, then sharing settings, you will be able to see the organization-wide defaults. And options are available as per objects. Like you see, transfer is only available for leads and cases. There are various access labels you can assign. If you edit, you will see you can assign the various access as per your need. So let's understand what these accesses are. Public read or write. So if you have access public read or write, users can view, edit and report on all records. With public read, write and transfer, users can view, edit, transfer and report on all. And this is only available for cases or leads. Public full access means users can view, edit, transfer, delete and report on all records, and it is only available for campaigns. Public read only, users can view and report on records but not edit them. Private means only the record owner and the users above that role in the hierarchy can view, edit and report on those records. And last, the controlled by parents. A user can perform an action such as view, edit or delete on a contact or order based on whether he or she can perform that same action on the record associated with it. So that's how you can set up the organization-wide settings. Role hierarchy access. The role hierarchy grants access to records to users that have a role above the record owner in the role hierarchy. For example, a sales manager. Sales manager will have access to all of his sales team records if the sales manager has a role above the sales reps in the hierarchy. The role hierarchy allows additional record access when the object OWD settings is set to more restrictive than public read or write. Example, private, public read only. So the role hierarchy is not an organization hierarchy. It should be thought of as a data access hierarchy. And role hierarchy access does not override object access. For example, if role hierarchy settings for opportunity is set to edit, but the user's profile object permission for opportunity doesn't have the edit, they will not able to edit opportunity. Let's see in our org how it works. To access role, go to setup, manage users, click on roles. You will be able to see the role hierarchy here. So as you see here, the manager sales is reporting to director sales and director sales reporting to VP sales. As per this role hierarchy, CEO will be able to see all the records of VP, directors and sales reps. VP of sales will be able to see all the records of director and sales reps. And director will be able to see all the records of sales managers. You can edit the roles as well to setup. Like I click the edit with the VP sales. Here you can see exact access to contact, opportunity and case records. The access can be set up to no access, view or edit access. So these options only appear depending on your organization-wide default settings of the object. They will not appear if organization-wide default setting is public. You can also disable the access to records via the role hierarchy. To do that, go to security control, click on sharing settings. Here you see the grant access checkbox. Access to record via the role hierarchy can be disabled by unchecking grant access using hierarchies. In next lecture, we will go through the field level security.